I'm Dr. Kimberly Manning.
And this is Dr. Ashley McMullen. And you're listening to the Human Doctor Podcast, where we explore the human side of medicine, along with teaching, living, learning, and all things in between. Using the power of storytelling, conversation, and connectedness.
Hey, we're two dope academic internal medicine doctors, but we ain't your doctors. So if you perceive anything we say here as medical advice, no, it ain't that. Also, the things we say, they only reflect our brilliant Black woman magic mind and not our employers.
You could have been anywhere, y'all, but you chose to be here with us, and we appreciate you. Let's go. Man, what a beautiful afternoon.
Yes, and where are we?
We are in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Beantown.
Yeah.
Beantown. Do y'all hear that? That's an extra voice. And do you know what that means? For the first time in the history of the Human Doctor Podcast, we have a guest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do I get my face on a sticker now?
I mean,
Don't go too far.
I know, right? This is episode one.
Commemorative
Yes.
episode.
Yes, exactly. Okay, cool. So,
Well, should we introduce our guest?
I
Or?
think our guest should introduce himself.
Oh, okay,
wow.
perfect.
Wow.
Well, go for it,
Well,
my friend.
good day, fine people. Utibe Essien. The R is for Ralph, in case you're wondering. And what else should I say about myself?
Utibe Essien.
Utibe Essien, that's right, which in fullness means miracle of God in the Akwaibom language Efik. So I'm not one of those regular Nigerians, if you will.
Oh, dang. Wait a minute.
Shout out to all my fellow Nigerians. We're all great.
See, you can make that joke if you are Nigerian.
Yeah, exactly.
That ain't a joke you can make if you... See, we sitting over here on the Black American side, like, but no, let's make this a teachable moment though, because I think that we have a lot of colleagues in medicine who are Nigerian Americans or Nigerian, and most that I meet come from the same two states. Can you share a little bit?
Yeah, so there's a lot of Yoruba, there's a lot of Igbo, so I get that all the time. People ask me like, oh, are you from? And I'm like, I'm not. Honestly, I've spent 2 weeks ever in Nigeria.
Okay.
So, and where my parents are from the east side of the country. And yeah, so I personally do not know enough about it. They decided not to teach me a language, which is very sad. And so I'm just a good old English speaker. But yeah, no, that's a really important thing, that there are many other parts of the country.
However, you are rocking your natural hair.
Look.
Because yes, our guest is like a whole entire doctor and award winner, which we will get to. But, in the spirit of this podcast, we cannot skip the fact that his hair is just so glorious. Can we discuss?
I'm loving this now.
Very honored.
So what are we seeing here? What are we seeing here?
All right, so I'm going to go for it because, Utibe seems to have a texture that's like similar to mine.
Okay.
Like, this is 4C, very tightly coiled. You've got like a nice taper, a nice fade, but like at the top, you've got some length and it looks like some twist.
So even though you're an English speaker, you have an Afrocentric look, which I think is really beautiful.
I appreciate y'all, sis. So shout out to my barber, Jose.
What's up, Jose?
Back in LA, who's putting me on right now. I had to get the fresh taper right before SGIM.
Yeah, and the beard too.
The beard and I are struggling, right? We're going through some tough times right now.
Okay.
The beard is trying to be a little more salt than I would like to right now, but we're working through those. We're working through those challenges.
Sometimes you gotta work it out together. Like it's a very personal relationship.
I'm saying no shade to Gray.
No, hey.
Some people on this podcast are openly gray.
Openly and beautiful.
Yes.
I'm not. I have not been ready to receive that. Nor has my
okay.
mom been.
Okay.
My mom is the real reason. She's like, oh, gray already?
Oh, dang. Come on,
Not
Mom.
subtle with it, Mom.
Well, I really feel like your hair needs a name.
A name.
Your hair needs a name. All hair needs a name.
Yes.
Do you know the names of our hair?
Can you remind me, please?
Yeah, we will remind you.
Yes.
Ashley's hair is
This is Mahalia.
Mahalia.
I love it.
And I need you to address her formally when you see her. Say, hello, Ashley. Hello, Mahalia.
Hello, Ashley and Mahalia.
Yes.
I haven't been doing that for the 12 plus years we've known
See,
each
you're
other.
tripping. My hair's name is Jules, not Jules, but Jules, like Jewels.
Oh, like the family.
Jewels. Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
And I have a name for your hair.
Oh, drum roll. Should we?
Your hair's name is Ethiok.
What do you know about Ethiopia?
How about that? Okay. Don't try to play me because because I'm a gunner and I did my homework.
Yo.
My folk told me, no, I'm not Igbo. No, I'm not Yoruba. My family is Akwa Ibom, okay?
I love it,
All right.
yes.
So I said, you know what? Look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about Utibe's hair, and I'm going to think about what comes to mind, and then I'm going to look up names
Wow.
connected to your culture.
I love that.
So Ifiok, I-F-I-O-K, means wisdom, if I'm not mistaken.
That is what it means. That's
Yeah.
my brother's middle name.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Oh, well, dang, we can't call your hair by your brother's name.
He goes by David, so it's fine. He's got.
Oh, good.
That's so funny, though. I
See,
love
yeah,
that.
I did my homework. I had a couple of other ones, but then I was all down these websites, like listening to people pronounce it and everything.
I know you came on here flexing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
You
wow.
weren't ready. You
No,
wasn't ready
I
for me.
wasn't.
That's why.
Okay.
That's why I'm a professor.
And a student, though, as your tag says.
Yes, my tag does say I always
know?
get student on my badge every year. And my mentor, Dr. Jada Blessy Jones, she's an endowed professor. And I told them today I'm an endowed professor, not to be confused with endowed. So, nice to see you, Utibe and Ifio.
Thank you for naming my hair. It has not had a name before,
See,
so
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
forever.
Hold on to it. For folks who may or may not know, we are actually live at Society of General Internal Medicine, our conference base for us general internists, of which Utibe happens to be a star.
A superstar.
Yes.
I've dabbled. This is my family home for sure. It's been family home, academic home.
Family?
Yeah, it's family. 10 years coming.
You know, we didn't can you tell the folks about what you do?
Yeah, so I am a general internist, which I keep broadly now because I was a primary care resident. I practiced primary care for like 7 years. And then maybe 3 years ago, I switched to full-time hospitalist for my clinical hat. So 8 weeks a year, I'm in the hospital at the VA, now in Los Angeles, working with the residents, med students, amazing humans. And the rest of the time, I'm a full-time researcher.
Cool.
And I study health disparities in cardiovascular disease.
Oh, and you coined a term.
Yeah, he invented a whole word,
A
y'all.
whole word, y'all. Raise your hand if you invented a word. Nope. Okay.
I'm getting comfortable here with the bow tie.
Y'all,
bow
he's
ties.
taking off his bow tie, but really the reason he's doing that is to show us that it's not a clip-on.
Oh, you know? I have to let my sisters know that.
You know.
Shout out
Okay.
to Bew ties.
Yeah,
That's
that
what,
was fancy.
Shout out.
I did coin a term. I've been saying a lot of we, but
Yeah, go on and own that
it
thing.
kind
Yeah.
of started with me. Though I appreciate my colleagues who helped me with that first paper on it. But yeah, pharmacoequity.
Okay.
Back in 2021, we created this term and put it out into the world.
What's pharmacoequity? If you were to put it into like a
One-liner.
one-liner
Yeah.
elevator pitch.
Yes, pharmacoequity is the goal of ensuring that everyone has affordable access to life-saving medication, regardless of race, social class, ethnicity, all these other isms that limit our access to care.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
that's
So
a
that's
big
what you
deal.
do a lot of your work in.
That's what I do, from heart disease to cancer drugs to diabetes drugs. We're trying to get that access better.
Yeah. Yeah, so for y'all who don't know, go ahead and Google this man's name.
Yeah.
Because,
and if you do, what will you find?
I mean, I was going to say, like, article after article, news clips. I mean, you've come and ran rounds at UCSF,
I have. Thank you for that honor and privilege.
And at Emory.
And at Emory, I know.
but at UCSF, yes.
And at Emory. But all of that hard work has drawn the attention of our amazing organization, Society of General Internal Medicine, who saw fit to acknowledge your work this year.
It's true. It's
Yeah,
very
with an
special.
award. Not the young investigator, the junior investigator.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Oh, whoops. Put some respect.
Not just any junior.
Yeah.
The
a lot of
outstanding.
juniors. No shade to the rest of you junior investigators out there, but are you outstanding? No. Maybe you are, but you just didn't get the award and the
Yeah,
plaque.
exactly.
Okay. So
Just
our
not this year.
outstanding junior investigator for 2024.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that was incredibly special. I'm not gonna lie. That was a big deal, especially coming back here to Boston, where did not always feel outstanding throughout my academic journey. So it's extra special.
Went
this
from
year.
not feeling outstanding to standing out.
Yep.
Look at that.
on that.
Look
Yeah.
at that. Come
See?
on. You should have
See
told
word.
him. You should have had a name for your hair. If you told him your hair name was Iffy, they would have known.
They would have been
Wisdom.
down. They would have been
What your
down.
mama say when you told her about your award?
She texted me, so I texted both my parents, and she always sends me a little side text out of that group chat. It's
Oh,
like-
she said I need a one-on-one
Yes,
to let
exactly.
you know.
Come on now.
I love
Shit.
that.
It was very sweet. She congratulated me. She's always says a little blessing, and may God always bless you and keep you whenever I send her all these accolades. But she's very sweet. But yeah, I wish they could have been here, but I'll see them tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
We're going to my little cousin's graduation.
Oh,
She's
cool.
graduating from undergrad,
Okay.
future neurosurgeon,
Oh, wow.
snap.
future
All
Black
right.
woman in medicine
Here in Boston?
at Penn.
Oh, at Penn. No big deal.
She's doing all right. She's doing
Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Wow.
Have you learned anything that you want to share since you've been at the meeting?
We had a really cool panel yesterday on, it was called More Than Just Talk, like advancing equity through practice and policy. And my colleagues on the panel were amazing. They spoke about like their research in advocacy in Michigan, their research in advocacy for immigrants who are undocumented to get access to dialysis, and Black men who are incarcerated and improving their health outcomes. And that's just learning from them was really, really dope.
That's amazing.
That's what's up.
And then today's distinguished health equity professor, Monica Peake, just crushed it. She killed her talk today. It
Oh, wow.
was beautiful.
That's
It was
awesome.
beautiful.
That's awesome. Yeah, Monica Peake is the truth.
She's like fully authentic self. She needs to be on this podcast. I can't believe I'm the first guest.
Really?
Yeah.
Honored.
Well, I mean, I had a very close encounter with Monica Peake.
Encounter.
You know what it was? She wasn't even there. It was when I was walking through the hallway today and somebody came and told me how awesome, how absolutely awesome
Your talk was?
my talk was. And low key, I'm like, I ain't even get no. I mean, I recorded a podcast, but okay, I received that.
Right?
You know, it was awesome. I mean, I feel changed. And I was like, okay. And then she went on and said, and Monica, I said, So Monica, I want you to know that more than just Utibe and me felt really like deeply connected to your talk. This woman who I still don't know,
And she don't know you either,
Right.
apparently.
clearly.
So you received that and you
I received, but I had said I received that. That's what's really because I didn't have the heart to be like, who does she think I am, or like, what is she talking about?
Ooh, yeah, that would have hurt.
So,
I think that was nice of you to spare
So,
that.
it's like, it's all good though. It's all
Well,
good.
congratulations on y'all's
Yes,
talk. It
thank
sounds
you.
like
I mean, and you know what? I mean,
Distinguished professors. Of
it's a
health
beautiful
equity.
evolution when, like a stereotype moves toward like high level excellence
Exactly.
on the plenary.
That part.
You
Yeah.
racially profiled me to be on the plenary, and I will take that.
She said I received that.
It's time for us to kind of go and shift gears.
I think that's fair. I mean, I'm already having so much fun. I was just like,
Way too much fun.
You know.
Way too much fun.
This is just how the podcast always is.
It is.
exactly.
It like really. No, it really is. But a really important question that we have to ask you, Utibe, is what is the what?
okay.
Come on. Are you shook? Like, what's the
I
what?
think so. I think I am. I need one word, right?
Yeah. What's the what? What's the what?
Serendipity.
Ooh. Hey, come on.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh, really?
the what is serendipity. Okay. So talk to us.
Talk to y'all. All right. So again, I mentioned we're back in Boston. We've had so many great memories. But I think my journey here would not have started, in my opinion, until September 2012. So I'm gonna take y'all back 12 years, I guess.
12 years.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's been a minute.
Don't age me. So 12 years ago this fall, and so I came out to Boston for an SNMA event for Black medical students. It's like September 14th or 15th, the day before our ERAS applications were due. I was a fourth-year med student in New York at Albert Einstein. Shout out to the BX. And yeah, went to this event, didn't know anything about it, but they were going to pay for us to go to Boston. I was like, sounds good, say less. And so came out, literally remember myself sitting in a Panera Bread, like putting in my ERAS applications to like try and get into residency. And right after that, I went to the conference, met with a lot of amazing people, including 2 women who I think really transformed my career. So I want to shout them out. Valerie Stone, who is awesome. She's also here. Yes. Had hung out with her yesterday, and Sherry Ann Burnett Bowie. So these are both, one's an endocrinologist, one's a general internist. Then was the program director of the primary care program at MGH. And my dad's a primary care doc. They wanted me to be a cardiologist because they're Nigerian. And so they were like, yeah, that's what you're going to do. That's what I always thought I was going to be. And so I didn't apply to any primary care programs, but talked to both of them during this conference. And they were like, oh, you should consider our program at MGH. And Valerie's like, specifically, you should consider my program. Like, I'm the primary care doc, internal medicine primary care program director. You should think about coming here. And so I was like, all right, I guess I'll like apply here. That sounds like who wouldn't want to come to MGH, blah, blah, blah. Literally go back to the Panera because they had Wi-Fi and like change my application list to include all these primary care programs, including one that you may have attended.
I recall.
Yeah, exactly. And that was that. I was like, my scores are whatever they are. I'm going to small school in the Bronx. Like, I'm probably not going to hear from them. But Valerie says I should apply. I'm going to apply. So I'll send my applications in. A few months later, get the like email, like, you're invited to come interview for our residency, blah, blah, blah. And I came out here in December. December in Boston is not ideal for anything. And definitely not for interviews. So I'm like staying in a hotel, like 5-minute shuttle ride away. I like get out to the shuttle. I can't find the shuttle. It's cold. It's raining. It's just like a disaster, a hot mess when I get there. But when I get there again, I see Valerie, I see Sherry Ann, and they're this like calming presence when I get into the program. And they're just, again, just like a very different from what I ever expected in this place where everyone talks a lot of smack about.
Harvard.
Exactly. But again, they're just like, yeah, you know, congratulations on getting this interview, blah, 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 meet a bunch of people at my interview day, including my future roommate. And again, kind of go away, never hear back from them. Like these days, they are like sending letters to all these people that they want to come out. They had like a re-invite or second look event there. Your boy did not get an invite to that event.
Ashley did.
We already know that. As did many of my best friends from residency. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna rank where I want to be, and we'll see what happens. Let the cards fall as they may. And then match day hits, whatever, March 15th or something, and I opened that envelope, and sure enough, I was matched into the MGH primary care program.
Wow.
And so, like, that was really, like, a very special day. It was like, I can't believe I get to go to this place. Like, I really felt like this was supposed to be the place for me, like, a bunch of great leaders, good people. But I don't think that opportunity would have come without meeting Valerie, without meeting Sherry Ann, without having people tell me, like, you should consider applying, which I'm sure they could have said to anybody. They did say to a lot of people that day, and some people were like, no, I'm good.
What was the context, though? Like, where were you guys when you met, when they told you that?
Yeah, so we were sitting, like, in a small conference room. I guess they had a session on their specific residency program.
Okay.
So all the programs from the 5 different Boston hospitals were represented there. They were kind of sharing about what their pros and cons are of their institution, why they loved it, why they've been there for 10 plus, 15 plus years. And so, yeah, they're encouraging us all to apply. I was sharing my interest around health equity and justice, and they're like, Valerie specifically is like, that's kind of what I've done forever. That's kind of my jam. And yeah, we would support you in that if you came here. So again, transformed my career. I got to be a primary care resident in a health center here in outside in East Boston, and met amazing people who really changed the way I thought about social determinants of health and equity. Literally my best friend from residency is in the same primary care program, and again, we like are traveling to Joshua Tree together in July.
Who's the best friend? We shout out best friends.
Oh yeah, we shout out Natalie Kong.
Shout out to Natalie.
What's up, Natalie?
She's great. She's a wonderful person, and again, would not have met her if did not end up here. So.
So what made you go to the session?
There was like a lot of opportunities like that came up throughout medical school where a lot of people are like, I just gotta hit the books. Like, I need to focus. We have boards next week. I have a shelf exam, like blah, blah, blah. And I felt like unless you like put yourself out there and meet with people and connect and network with people, you're not going to have opportunities, or you're not going to be able to expand, I guess, your opportunities, for lack of a better word. And so I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to spend this like weekend in Boston that I could probably be literally doing anything else, meeting with like a bunch of people that I don't know, like make that small talk and connect with folks. And decided that that was something that would be
I need to
meaningful.
clarify that the SNMA National Conference is lit. So I wasn't asking you why would you go to the SNMA conference.
And this is a regional one. This is like, I know.
This is regional, but those were lit too. I mean, I went to Meharry, so I don't know what y'all were doing at your schools, but like, no, that part I understand why you went.
Exactly.
I was just wondering, what was it like? Because you sound like you didn't feel like you were competitive for this program. So what made you, while you were in Boston, come and listen to them talk? Like, did they have food there? I mean, no, seriously. Like, what was it that got you into the room?
I think it was that point, that like concern around my competitiveness. I was like, oh, maybe if I go to this training program that's supposed to be for fourth-year students applying to med school, I'll pick up, or a residency, excuse me, I'll pick up some pearls. I'll like learn some tips for what to do during the interviews, or in these next 3 months, maybe I'll have some like new thing that I can bring up when I'm applying. So I was hoping to kind of see what happens when I get to learn, what skills I get to pick up there.
That's dope.
What I love so much about this, I mean, of course, we're seeing you now as the outstanding junior investigator for the Society of General Internal Medicine. And so a little over, 10 years ago, here you are in this exact same city, just trying to pick up some tips on like, getting into like a program. And, we have given our live recording yesterday around like intentional connection and like, what these moments mean. And part of it is like showing up, ready to both like receive and like continue to connect with intention. Part of me is envisioning you leaving that and then going and changing your ERAS application.
That's the dopest part.
And I love that so much because, Val Stone already saw something like in that moment. It was just like, you need to apply to this program. I think that's like the most unique skill of mentors. It's not so much like, here, like, let me put you on my back and like, carry you through this. It's just like, they see your success before you do. And I think for, trainees of color, like that is so critical because a lot of times we'll sell ourselves short before we even like get to the point of, even just putting the application in.
For sure. It was not in.
So I know that at this point in the game, you got all kinds of people trying to get on your books to mentor. What do you tell students now, or like trainees who are just like trying to come up? Like a lot of times I will sometimes encounter folks who just, they don't have the confidence and they see someone like me and think I'm just born into it, whereas like you didn't see me like in my room 20 minutes ago trying to hype myself up to just like go down the elevator.
Right.
What is your approach?
Yeah. Well, I love that point about showing up. Like, again, both the fact that Valerie and Sherry Ann and all the other great faculty members showed up that Saturday in Boston, like, that's a big deal. Like, I think we all think about how to balance these decisions. Like, there are a couple events that's coming in a couple weeks that I'm like, do I really want to spend like a Sunday Memorial Day weekend like hanging out with the medical students and pre-med students of color? But it's like that matters, and that of course we always talk about the tax.
I was about to say on a Sunday though.
I know.
Memorial weekend.
It was a 3-day weekend. But people showed up, and again, that serendipity, and I use that word particularly because Valerie uses it a lot, and I always would like talk smack about that word. I'm like, Valerie, you are amazing. Like, you didn't just serendipity your way to the top. So it's a very choice word. So before I came here, I did mentor these two, one med student, one fellow, as part of the SGIM one-on-one mentoring program. So shout out to the folks who lead that. And I think a lot of what I tell them is that, yes, like you said, you have to be intentional. Like, you have to tell people what it is that you actually want, what your goals and purposes are, and not allow them to, like you said, carry you on their back to take you somewhere that you aren't even trying to go. Because you're like, I'm actually trying to do this, but they're like, we have these data that have this. Like, why don't you just work on this little thing? Or why don't you become a cardiologist, like my parents, like whatever the trajectory they're trying to take you on. So I think that's important. Finding your passion, which maybe is cliche, but I don't think it is in our field, where again, you can easily get distracted by all the things. So I get to MGH and I'm like, I'm gonna do all the things. I'm here, so I need to like be the education committee and on the DI committee, and there's like a leadership training. I'm gonna like help support that and be like student council president, like whatever it is. And it's like, I didn't need to do all that stuff. The job I came here to do was to be a doctor and to find like what it was that I wanted to be.
Yes.
That's a word right there.
But I decided to do all these things to like try and like prove again, even more so that I'm supposed to be there. And eventually I left here. And I think that a lot of it was because of that like undue pressure I was putting on myself and not allowing myself to show excellence in what I was passionate about, what I cared about, and what was gonna hopefully one day make me someone
An outstanding junior.
Outstanding junior bow tie wearing investigator.
real bow tie.
Real bow tie. I'm sorry, not clip on. That's a word though. That's a word right there though, because it is possible that we can be pulled in so many directions that we dilute what it is that we're supposed to be doing. And Ashley and I often say this, like, look, whether you're a person who believes in a higher power or a purpose or things like that or not, there are things that we're sort of wired to do, and directions that or things that we do sometimes, and while we're doing it we feel like, man, I am in my zone, I'm in my bag, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's kind of heartbreaking when you see people with their hand in like 5 different bags at one time, and you're like, have you thought about which one of those is bringing you the most joy?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like, especially for those of us who work in academia, where you're just like, scrambling to get the right amount of clinical time, and like you got to take on this, and it's so easy to get caught up, especially as a junior faculty member, because a lot of times you show up and people already have an idea of what they want you to do or who they want you to be.
For sure.
So,
one of the things I love about SGIM is that you get to run into people who impacted your career in great ways. And hearing your story makes me think of that movie. It's got this movie called Sliding Doors. It's it wasn't really that great of a movie, but I won't even say that.
I'll show you the IMDb.
Yeah, like no, don't
watch it on your flight
I'm
back
just
home.
please don't. But I'm just gonna tell you the movie is this woman is running to make a subway, and she misses it, and the door slides and closes on her. But then they show another scene where she makes it, and then the two parallel stories happen based upon if she would have made it or if she didn't. And her whole life is different because of this, right? And I think that for us, regardless of where you are in your career, there are all these sliding door moments that can happen at a place like SGIM, where somebody will do something, and what they did will like be pivotal to your career, and you actually get the opportunity at SGIM to like bump into them and tell them like, yo, I know you don't know who I am, but one day you did this. So I just want to shout out Tom Inouye, who's a past president back in the day of SGIM. He came to Emory as a visiting professor years ago, and he was talking, and he started crying while he was talking, and there was like 30 people in the room. And I was bugging. I was like, yo, why is this man crying? But he was talking about something related to patient care and humanism, and it moved him to tears. And, it was very, restrained, and he had it under control, but he was unapologetic about the fact that he was moved. I was so deeply affected by that. I was like, gosh, this guy is so important. He's the whole president of SGIM. He's like a full professor. He's here as our visiting professor, and he is crying. And I think that was the first time I thought, like, okay, I could actually, because I'm a crier, as everybody who listens to this podcast knows. And I saw him today and got to tell him. I was like, that was a pivot point in my career, because I have always tried to figure out what to do with my, forward-facing emotional side. And it was a sliding door moment. It was just a quick moment. And then we get to give back what people have given to us, because this man, his badge said retired on it. He was kind of walking around. People don't remember him as the president. A lot of people don't even know who he is. He was walking alone. And then somebody gets to tell you, like, look, dude, you like completely changed my career. Because the truth is, emotion is a big part of what I do and like my brand, right? And I don't think I would have had the courage to do that if I hadn't seen that. And if Val had not decided, and Sherry Ann had not decided to come out on a weekend and talk to some medical students, who knows?
Yeah. No,
And you
straight
changed
up.
your application. That's
Straight
crazy.
up. I was going to be a New Yorker forever, like never leaving that city. But
And now look at you. Where are you at now again?
I'm on Los Angeles from New York, Boston, Pittsburgh, LA.
You would have been somewhere doing a cardiac cath on somebody.
Yeah. That part. Making some money.
Yeah, I know.
I know, right? But low-key,
Sorry.
helping the people get their medications that they need after the cardiac
Exactly,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We
Well,
know.
It's a beautiful story.
That was too. I appreciate that. That was powerful.
I love that. Well, Ashley, I don't know. Should we start having guests, or should we just close it out with Utibe?
I think we
as
should. This is
the first and last.
I mean, we reached
It was that bad.
we just have nowhere to go. We can't get higher than this.
It's true.
Unless we get the old investigator. Who's the old investigator? Who's the outstanding old investigator? Is there a senior investigator?
There should be.
Oh, there
There's
is?
gotta be.
No, I don't think there is.
Well, I was going to say, we can just do another episode with Dr. Peak, and since you're already here.
All right, tell us more about your talk.
Yo, I know one thing. It was life-changing for some people. I do know that.
Yeah.
I'll try and get another one of these awards, and y'all can put me on.
Yeah, well,
I'll keep working on it.
as the executive producer of this podcast, I could say that this was really, really fun. And I can see maybe there might be some guests in our future.
Okay.
Although, it will be hard to top this.
I'm very proud to always be the first.
Well,
But-
one of the things that we always believe in is, flowers for the living, and telling people how we feel about them while they're here to hear it. You don't have to be gone and have people talking about you. So I'll start. Utibe, I'm so proud of you. Seriously, so proud of you. When you stand up and you're speaking, or when I turn on a podcast and hear your voice, it's a reflection of all of us. And it makes us all feel so incredibly proud and seen. You are excellent, and you really could have done anything. You really could have. The fact that, the truth is, as much as I love you, Val and Sherry Ann, well, I don't know you, Sherry Ann, but what's up, girl? I think you say that to people that you actually think are competitive for your program, and you were competitive, and they thought, hey, this might be somebody good for our program. But so that means if you were competitive enough for MGH, then you probably could have gone a lot of places. You may not have fully understood that at the time, but you could have gone a lot of places. And then once you trained there, you really could have done a whole bunch of things. But what you chose to do was to serve underserved people and to ask questions that help really the least of these get the things that they need. And it's ministry. I mean, it's really ministry. And I know, that's important to your family. I know it's wrapped into your name. But I am just so extremely proud and encouraged for the future, because you're so much younger than me that when I think about you saying in 2012, I was like, I was an associate professor in 2012. Lord have mercy. But the future is so bright. The future is so bright, and you're a part of it, and I'm just so extremely proud of you and love you very much.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate you for sure.
Yeah, let me jump in here real quick.
Jump in on the love fest.
Yes, exactly. Well, I think that I'm not going to, repeat everything that Kimberly said, although I'm deeply in agreement. But I think for me personally, what I am so excited about is just the fact that I still get to be friends with you. And the fact that we've stayed connected throughout this time. I think sometimes you think when you make a difficult choice, particularly when it comes to people you want to be around, that, you lose those connections forever. So again, which is another reason to shout out organizations like SGIM, where you get to maintain, these very profound connections and friendships. And it does mean a lot to see you rise to this level, because I know that there, even after you matched and had a great, training experience at MGH, there were still times where people did not see your excellence. And you still rose above that and found your way. And I'm proud to bear witness and say that you're my brother and my friend.
For life.
Yes, for
despite
life.
the decision made.
Exactly. And I have such strong love for you as well.
I really appreciate both of y'all. Well, I guess I got to give back
No, you
said
don't.
flowers.
Yes,
no,
it's
no.
okay.
No, you don't. You don't. You don't actually. We're going to edit it out.
Well, I mean, you guys have never received because you haven't had a guest, so I can share again. So I'll start with you. I mean, that decision did hurt, obviously, but you also made the right decision. And that's why you became chief resident in this very special place, and now we're all connected to UCSF in an even more special way. And I'm really grateful for you as a friend and your realness as well. Ashley's like, you know what? I ain't doing that. Like, y'all trying to do dinner before the conference, I'm going to go to bed. And I think
Sounds
that
exactly like Ashley.
and like that realness is awesome, as opposed to like just smiling in your face and not actually be trying to do something.
I won't do
Exactly.
that. Yes.
But the connection is real and it's lifelong. And whether we're here or in SF, and you haven't been to LA yet, but you need to come down.
I will.
We're gonna do our thing.
Yes.
That's what's up.
And of course you as well, Kimberly. I'm so glad that we got connected. I feel like first on Twitter, which you know is what it is. But like you have been always like calling me your like little bro and everything. Where I'm like feeling like I'm just this rando who's like tweeting retweeting your content and everything. And I'm like, oh, Kimberly actually like sees me and appreciates me and takes the time to like FaceTime me after giving a talk or like recommend me for an opportunity, the grand rounds at Emory. And again, you don't have to do that. You have a lot of people who you're closer to, you've been working with since you were an associate professor who you can be doing that for, but exactly. But for some reason you have invested this time in me, and I really appreciate you for that. So
I received that.
yeah, thank you both.
I received that in Monica Peak's lecture.
Yes. Congratulations, sis.
It's been a good run.
Yeah.
SGIM. I might be the senior investigator.
Right. We're gonna give you your own award after this.
Well, I think it's time for us to get back to learning from these folks and their posters and things.
Yeah.
To conferencing.
Yeah.
Yeah, to conferencing. So, so y'all, we appreciate you listening, and really appreciate the Society of General Internal Medicine for having us this time. You know, it was really affirming for them to acknowledge our podcast by bringing us here, and we just want to publicly acknowledge them.
Amen.
For sure.
Keep us in mind for next year.
Yeah, that's right. Holler at you, girls. We'll come back and do it again. Holler.
All right.
That wraps up this week's episode of the Human Doctor Podcast.
Special thanks to our favorite brother gastroenterologist, Dr. Chuma Obiname, for the beats. Shout out to the Dr. Ashley McMullen for editing and production.
Mad love to our podcast family at The Nocturnist and the Clinical Problem Solvers, our Med Twitter fam.
And especially shout out to all of you, our listeners.
Until next week, remember,
We see you and you are enough. Holla!